So hello again, and apologies for the long wait between vlogs. It's been over 4 months, I think. Today is the 6th of January 2019, and well, where do I start really? I guess a recap on what I've been doing since vlog 2, which I don't know if you remember was the one where I was caught in a storm, a very, very short little piece. And then before that, there was my first one on the 23rd of July, which was the first time I moved in the van. Well, here we are, 4 months on into a new year, and I'm still in the van, thank God. The transition was successful, I guess you could say, and yeah, here I am 4 months later to be able to tell you that I am still living full-time in a van, with many changes that have happened around me, but I'm not going to show you those. Those will come in other videos. So how did it start? Back in the 23rd of July, I decided to basically go and recce the whole of the area where I work, and find a place to stay every night. So my initial intention was to find 7 places, so a week's worth of destinations, whether it be lay-bys, car parks, etc. I got to 7 days, and before you know it, I was thinking to myself, wait a minute, Rob, you could do at least another week of these, because there are other places that I have thought about going to and hadn't yet discovered. So I extended it to 14 days. And once I'd done 14 days, I still had a number of places that I hadn't located, hadn't tried out. So I figured, well, if I've done 2 weeks, why not do 3 weeks? So I carried on. And then if you get to 3 weeks and you think, well, why not just do a whole month? Could I do a whole month? So I tried, and I ended up doing at least 4 weeks, which got me into, what, 31, 32 days. And I carried on and just kept going until I'd exhausted all of my possibilities. And from that point was able to then establish a routine to just be able to go to my favourites. So 40 days and 40 nights, which is the name of this vlog, I suppose is kind of about right really. It was not far off 40 different locations, over 40 consecutive nights that I managed to find around the area that I choose to live and work. And they varied from lay-bys to country car parks, to pieces of land that just seemed to be a bit unoccupied, picnic sites, public car parks, shopping centre car parks, a whole sort of myriad of different locations, and I think even some on-street parking as well. So I was just trying out different things to see what would work best for me, and like I said, out of that I've probably whittled it down to maybe 5 or 6 favourite locations that I like to go to. What have I learnt so far in the last 4 months? Quite a lot. To be honest with you, it's been quite a hard transition. To say that I'm still here now, still living, and everything, I think is testament to the changes that I've done to the van, I guess, which has made it a bit more comfortable. but also my stubbornness, I guess, to not want to be beaten and to kind of prove a point. The nice thing about what I've done, and at the same time what's made it quite difficult, is when I moved into this van it was empty, and I only completed the walls that you see behind me were insulated, the floor below me, and very basic insulation on the ceiling, and I was pretty much camping in it. I had an airbed on the floor, chair, and all of my belongings in the back of the van, just scattered around in boxes. And the first week or 2 weeks, being fortunate enough to be able to use a workshop at work, which has wood machinery for cutting sheets and timber lengths, I was able to use some holiday time to basically go to the workshop every single day, park up, empty the van, and start building all of the various components that I needed to make my home. The nice thing about that particular process was that I was able to sit in the van every evening on my deck chair in this corner just below me here, and sketch out the various things, and I was able to kind of adapt everything that is in this van to my lifestyle and all the things that I wanted to do and how I'd like to live, the location of particular drawers, whether I'm sat here on this sofa, the ease of being able to get from one part to another, having everything accessible, working out what I didn't need on a regular basis, which could then sit inside the garage and the what I called a shed in the back of the van. So it was nice from that point of view, because I was able to sort of the furniture and all the aspects of the living space basically evolved out of me living in it. So that was quite nice, but at the same time quite difficult to manage. Where are we now? Well, we are at a stage where I now have a permanent bed. I'm still on an air bed, but it's still very comfy. I have a wardrobe. I have a kitchen unit, a little bookshelf. I have the sofa that I'm sat on now, which also doubles as a bed, and then the bulkhead area, which gives me access to and from the cab. I've done some major additions to the van, which has also made being able to live in it for 4 months bearable. The biggest thing for me really was, how do I manage the cold nights? And so I saved some money, and my number one thing was to get a heater. So below me where I'm sat now, I have a Webasto 4 kilowatt heater, and I have like 3 air outlets which blows warm air into the space. Above me here I've got a skylight which gives me enough light here for the daytime, and doesn't make me feel so claustrophobic. Underneath the bulkhead here I've also got a leisure battery, which was put in primarily to kickstart the diesel heater, but since I've had that, just behind the skylight I've got a 150 watt solar panel put in as well, which split charges. 90% of it goes to the leisure battery, and the other 10% goes to the engine battery. And I've got a couple of outlets down here, USB and 12 volt. So I've put in what I guess are the sort of crucial pieces of components that I need to make the living in this van comfortable. I think it was really heat, some natural daylight, and some form of power. And they are the expensive components of the van, but they're done now. And I think now I'm probably round about 70% finished. I've still got the ceiling to clad, the side panel door entrance to sort out whether I put a window in it. I'm not quite sure yet, still have to work that out. Still need to put a sink in, connect up to the water, put in some electric points and stick in lighting, and then basically finish off the furniture in terms of whether I choose to varnish it or whatever. So that's where we are at the moment. 4 months down the line, I am enjoying it. It's not been easy, I can be honest there, but the moments when I'm parked up and sat back here on an evening with all the little lights on, tucked up underneath this fleece on this sofa, this space is very much a place that I can call home. It's very comfortable to be in, it's very comfortable to sleep in, and hopefully, I don't know, it will be beginning of January, I'm sure that the cold spell will eventually come. We've had a mild December. I think there was only really 3 nights that I can recall in November where it dropped below 0. So far the cold has not been an issue, but I'm confident with the way the heater works, and the heater I don't run on full, and it warms up the space really, really well. So and knowing that I'm only using it really at about half of its capacity, I know that the colder it gets out there, I can still maintain a really comfortable temperature in here, so I'm quite happy about that. There are various stories, I guess, in terms of places that I've been and stuff like that, and interesting things that I have found out whilst trying this lifestyle. Maybe I'll put those in another vlog or two, and maybe one day I'll do a vlog with regards to how I sort of run my life day to day, you know, leaving the site, going to work, finding a new place to park up, etc, etc. But for now, hopefully there's enough information there to sort of keep you up to speed, to tell you that I am still alive, that I haven't been staying in a 4-star hotel for the last 4 months, that I have stuck it out. I am still here in the van with cold at the moment, but you know, hopefully I will get my arse into gear and produce more of these vlogs. I've got all of the episodes to edit, which will show the whole build process of the van, so I promise that they will come in time. So for now, I shall leave you there, and Happy New Year to one and all of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.